Okay. Would have been nice to know that before I started, but guess Periscope is not getting a stream today. I'm trying to care, but almost nobody talks to me on Periscope, so on them. Turn that off, or else it's going to ring while I work. Don't worry, you guys. I will eventually update the intro and outro cards. I'm just thinking this will be a New Year thing. Well, that's on. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, get this. I did that. Either I was blowing on my tea or I was trying to whistle. Take a wild guess. Doink! I'll be perfectly honest, I really like having my Christmas lights up there on my screen. What? They're cute. I like Christmas. You should be able to hear the music, no prob. Now, while we start, I'm going to post the rules because they are important. Hope you guys can hear the music well. And so yeah, I actually have to reboot the Pretzel.rocks application if I want the daily affirmation to refresh. So today's empowering quote of the day is Illustratrix has greatness basically on tap. And that is correct. I'm still waiting on that inkwell I ordered on AliExpress, and I'm looking very forward to having it because for a hot second I thought I had lost it. I had lost my pen, but no, it was exactly where it is supposed to be, on that little loop of fabric. Also, the screen glitching thing, sadly, that's normal. It's weird as hell, but it's normal. It will settle. Just gotta go get my script, and then we'll get started. So as usual, feel more than free to talk in the chat. So I can actually see what you guys have to say and I can interact. Interacting is good. It keeps me focused and awake. So if you're watching, say a little hello. Hey Joel. I hope at least the music that I use on my stream will entertain you as background noise. What a coincidence, so am I. I have to be concentrated on what I'm doing or else it's gonna look like nothing. Wrong font. Calm down, Joel. You'll burn a hole in your screen. Well, yes, the only way to do comics is to actually start them instead of just saying, I'll practice, I'll practice. You'll practice when you actually start the goddamn comic, Joel. is here. Hi, Paul. Well, thank you and thank you. I'm taking credit for the music part even if I have nothing to do with it, except that I'm playing it. I'll give you more details later, Joel. Right now I kind of focus on mine. You can at least look at the way I do my comics. Then I'll show you templates and stuff like that that are in Clip. That is still Lily, it's just that now her fur has gotten really long, so she kind of looks like a tiny sheepdog. Wait, am I on Vector or am I on... No, I need to be on Hard Eraser. Oops. Trying to be as gentle as possible on my tablet. I'm either starting to better understand the texture of my tablet, or I scratched the coating all off by now and now it's back to being as smooth as I'm used to. I was telling my brother earlier because I just found a YouTube channel that does 8-bit version of good music called 8-bit Universe. And I was like, I wish I could use it for my stream, but then once it ends up online, I'm going to have cease and desist up the wazoo until I can taste them. And no thank you. I'm never sure how to write daughter. Paul, no I have not. I have been meaning to, but I simply lack the time. I'm gonna go check how to spell daughter real quick. Were you interested in one? Yeah, that's what I thought. The H goes over here. I'm listening. Look, Joel, 1, I'm French. 2, I'm also learning Spanish on top of my English. Okay? Okay. Don't be a carajo. I'll take your word for it, because you tell me bingo and all I can think is that Wilkin boys. That Wilkin boy. Bingo Wilkin. So... See, that's why you gotta specify with me, because I have a one-track mind. That, and I'm not that much a fan of bingo because it just makes me think of old people, and that's about as high on my list as beige underwear. Trying to avoid having to wear beige underwear for as long as I can. It's very... Sure, I could make a taco doll for you, Paul. Well, yeah, I'm quiet because I need people to interact with me. Or else I'm just going to hyperfixate on what I'm doing. Davis, Paul says hi. Say hi, Davis. Also, I noticed the nominations for the Canadian Comic Awards are back up. Somebody please have a nice thought for the Canadian Mary Severin, which is me. I don't realize the last time I won an award, like just me, for my art was like in 1994 or 5. It was a Desjardins Award because, oh, you draw good. So yeah, at least a nomination would be nice. Joking aside, eventually I'll be popular. That day is not today, and tomorrow is not looking good either. That would be nice, please. I don't want it to like show up at the last minute like most of what happens to me. Like, Sharon, you're up. You have to write a speech. What? For what? Oh my god, comics for school newspaper. That's another friggin' trauma I need to talk about. Oh. So we had this school newspaper in my high school. Oh, hang on, my tab mate is going to crash. Come on, there we go. There. So we had this. As soon as I stopped zooming in and out like an idiot, we had, of course, the school newspaper when I was in high school, and this lady that was in charge of it noticed that I knew how to draw, so she asked me to do some comics. So of course I had absolutely no idea what to write, so what I basically did was rewrite Archie stories but using my own characters. But apparently, even Archie is a little too harsh for her, so she pretty much censored my my comics. Here's the problem. She censored over the frickin' originals. And I mean like thick globs of whiteout directly on the originals. And not happy with that. Copy VV. Voyons, moi tu m'as nié. She then took those heavily edited originals and pasted them in the display case on the second floor for everybody to see. And she was like, aren't you glad I put them on display? And I was like, you literally buttered them with whiteout. Like, they're sticking to each other with how thick you put the whiteout. What is wrong with you? Then she didn't understand why I got, like, ridiculously mad. Like, you do not do that. I don't care who you are. You do not edit someone else's originals. Without their permission, without their knowledge. Like, this is not the comic code here. This is literally Archie Comics with beavers plastered on top. Like, rude. That's part of the reason why I don't mind criticism now, because criticism does not touch the original art. I can do that myself. This time is not working. It was tasteful because, once again, it was simply redrawn Archie Comics. And there were some insults at times, but I toned them down as much as I could, and she still corrected that. I wasn't even allowed to use the word nerd. Because, well, the other kids are going to call themselves nerd and village idiot and stuff like that. And I'm like, do you realize how many much more horrible names I'm called in a day? This is nothing. Of course, when it comes to me, it doesn't count. And for those who just joined us, I didn't simplify Lily. She just got really hairy since last time I drew her. So yeah, school in general, not a fan. Will not do it again. I don't mind co-hosting classes and being invited, but I will not step into a classroom as a student again. Are you sure, Paul? Are you sure? I mean, ask Joel. I've been explaining some stuff to him and correcting some of his anatomy and stuff like that, and I'm not exactly nice about it. I'm not calling him names or anything. I'm just kind of to the point. Because if there's something that I don't like when I learn something, it's not understanding something. So I try to be direct so the other person doesn't stay confused. Thank you. Because the way I see it, I don't want to discourage other people into doing art, but I don't want to waste their time either. Like, if I see a mistake, I will tell you. That doesn't mean you suck. It just means I see something, and I tell you what, and you fix it. There, problem solved. But teaching in class full-time, I don't know if the students will have that kind of patience. I'm gonna draw ahead because I need to use it a couple times. And of course, if there's somebody that doesn't learn with a direct way and needs to be coddled a little bit more, I'm willing to cuddle, but not too much. Because I've had people literally cry on me as I was trying to teach them. So I had to dial it back a little bit and explain why I teach like that. That the song is called Evolution, so yeah, that's probably why. There's another one, the name escapes me right now, but it sounds like they sampled the theme song to the Cheetah Man. And it's distracting. Because I'm like, I'm sure this is the Cheetah Man song. Yeah, of course it hurts at first because you don't know. Sometimes it's something that you see your own progress, but the other person doesn't see that. So what I try to do, usually... My tab mate is being a little bitch today. What I try to do usually is... like, add a compliment, the critique, another compliment. The important thing is never to overreact to anything. Especially when the students are young, they will take that to heart. I know. Because I've had teachers like lose their shit out of frickin' nowhere at me. Like, full on screaming. I even got slapped once. Go on, ask me my crime that made a teacher slap me across the face. The answer might surprise you. I'm looking at the way I'm drawing Lily right now, and she looks like Toshiro from Captain Harlock. No, oh, Paul wants to know. That is the what of I want to know so I can find this other person and slap them across the face. So, sit down, Paul, because you're gonna love this, she said very sarcastically. I was slapped across the face because I had brought a chocolate muffin in class. Ask me how I was. While we wait, Joel, if you would be so kind, you are looking for the button to move layers. You can use Control T like I showed you earlier, but the icon you're looking for is that little cross over here in the menu in the top left. If you can see my cursor wiggle, it's called Move Layer, and it's usually set on Move Layer by default. But it is just easier to go with Control T. I don't remember if they stole my muffin. I was 5 years old. This happened in first grade. I had brought a chocolate muffin, and I was trying to eat my chocolate muffin, and the teacher, for some reason, took offense and pulled me out of class, out in the hallway, and demanded to know if I was going to eat my chocolate muffin. And I am 5 years old. So I have my muffin in my hand, and I bring it to my mouth, and she slapped me across the face to make me let go of the muffin. And this is why I don't usually write down, for Bootleg Cookie, write down school stories, because it was a fucking nightmare. And I try to keep these stories fun for the readers. Thanks, Paul. Like, I can laugh about it now, but at the same time, don't fucking do that! You know? Of course, as an adult, when I asked the teacher about it, she had no memory of it. Because for me, I got slapped in the face by an adult at age 5, but to her, it was a Tuesday. I mean, all you're teaching me by doing that is, whatever I do, somebody's gonna hit me for it, so why bother? Takes a long friggin' time to get over traumas like that, so if you feel the need to slap a 5-year-old, do yourself a favor and don't teach 5-year-olds, maybe. I mean, I'm no expert, but don't fucking do that is what I'm saying. I don't care. I got 200 grams of Santa's Secret tea. I am in a good mood regardless. This happened like last weekend, so it's still fresh in my memory and it's still hilarious. Switch that up. There we go. So on yesterday's stream, I had one of Paul's students, and she was telling me I was inspiring her and that she does enjoy Bootleg Cookie, and you know what? That's great. We all need a little bit of recognition. She got to watch like an hour and a half of a 2 hour and a half live stream. Because I was like, I'm in a good mood, and if my connection holds, I'm going to do all the requests for the color challenge. And I did, and they are viewable on my Instagram. And unlike last month's, that I didn't even post because they were that shitty, this month's are absolutely gorgeous. Come on. I'd like to know what's going on with my tabmate. It's been crashing recently. I know it's not the battery because the first time it did that, I changed the battery and it still crashed, so. And again, I didn't update from Catalina, I think it is, to Big Sur yet. Bad enough that updating to Catalina literally broke my scanners. Because, you know, Sharon can't have anything easy. If she did, then she wouldn't be this entertaining when she's complaining all the frickin' time. thank you. I don't even have the extra stabilizer on. It's good for broad strokes, but when I go into details, it kind of wrecks it all. So I took the extra stabilizer off. I don't think I'll be buying it for the way I draw, so. That's why I zoom in, because for most of my lines, I try to use my arm instead of my wrist. And it actually stabilizes the line by doing that. It doesn't stabilize my English, but it stabilizes the line. As Nerdy Crafter would say, English number 1! Looks like it's going to be another one of those 1.5-hour streams if I'm just inking and it's almost 2 o'clock. I have an idea for this month's wallpaper for Patreon, but I don't know what kind of video to make, and I have 2 to make because I didn't have time to do last month's either. Maybe a video on how to draw some of my characters, I don't know. Oh yeah, character turnarounds are nice. Sometimes I kind of have to for certain characters. I have one of Taco somewhere. What I need to do is learn how to animate with Clip Studio. Because I want to do the new intros and outros to my live streams slightly animated. And I somehow spit on my screen. I don't know when that happened. Here's the thing about the Taco 3D Sculpt. It used to exist, but the company that made them never gave me the blueprints for it. But there is a turnaround that exists of the original model. And it's somewhere on my DeviantArt. I can go and get it for you if you want. And I know I still have to do that design of Sylvando's dagger for my figure and the sizing and stuff like that. I took all the reference pictures I needed for that dagger. I mean, I love Taco, but if I can have a chance to have an original accessory for Sylvando, I'm gonna jump on that. I mean, that's... And I actually have a copy of the original 3D print, and they had printed it in sandstone, so it's brittle and fragile. So I'll take a picture and send it to you after, Paul, if you want to see it. Like, I think only like 4 other people have a copy of it, because once again, I'm not popular. And then the company that made them simply shut down one day out of nowhere. That's why I don't have the 3D file. That sounds kind of Final Fantasy VII-ish. Sure, go right ahead. I don't mind. Half of Taco's whole purpose was to have fun with the character, seeing as he was like an open species, and during the time that Taco was big, I had tons of fan characters that people would send me of his species, so that was fun. So having other people have a crack at Taco, sure. I mean, that's the whole point. And I have so many variations of Taco. I have Taco with 3 fingers, when he actually has 2 fingers and a thumb. So more like, I should say, like more like 4 fingers when he has 3, and with 3 toes when he has 2. And I've had green tacos. I've had fat tacos, skinny tacos, tacos with pupils. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take all the tacos. I'm gonna take all the alternate universes tacos. They're all my sons. There should be no stress about how to correctly draw Taco. Thing is, I don't write down anything because I just don't have the attention span. And I have all of Taco's story in my head. Part of the story was meant to be turned into an RPG. But once again, lack of time. Because I'm constantly hunting for art jobs. This is the only thing I know how to do right. And I think that because it's the only thing that nobody screamed at me about, so I gotta take it where I can and assume that I'm doing it right. Yeah, I finally learned my own sister's eye color. Isn't that nice? In my defense, she's adopted. I'm gonna put boring clothes on my sister because she likes boring colors. If she was here to complain about it, I wouldn't say anything, but I can say what I want. It's my stream, I'm the boss. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and draw all her tattoos, because ain't nobody got time for that. And for those wondering why the couch keeps changing blue colors, is because along the years, we've had a lot of different blue couches. This is not a joke. It just happens that most of our couches have been blue. For those wondering how come Mom, despite us having very different names, managed to confuse me and my sister Rox. Welcome to the wonderful world of ADHD. Chips are here, salsa is here, soda is over there. Now we're gonna do some weights. And we're gonna cheat a little bit. Almost done. Speaking of, did I finish my tea? I still have one sip. We're going to clean this up. Ah, crap. Hang on. I need a mod. I need to go and get rid of this. You're banned! Consider yourself banninated! Oh, hi, Coco. I will not tolerate spam on my chat. Oh, I'm so glad. That's great to hear, Coco. I recently downloaded these. I'd like to use them. She means well, but sometimes things just don't work her way. And with that, I believe we're done for today. Let's see. After constantly rebooting my tabmate, just for fun, I'm gonna put this. There we go. Now it packs some punch. Yeah, we are good and done and all that. And I gotta remember to do a couple of things after I'm done. First things first, I'm gonna save. Oh good, that still works. And this is still out of center. So we are done for today as usual. Extra special thanks to my patron Paul K, who you have seen in the chat today. Your continued support is always extremely appreciated, especially during these Christmassy times. And I hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it. Maybe not as much as yesterday, because yesterday the art that came out was really nice. And I'll see you guys next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern for more of the same. I love you.